Living pain here. It is day 275 on my 50-pound weight loss journey, and it's January 4th today. Where do I start off? Well, holidays are officially over. Back to the grind, back to work today. It was like, oh man, you gotta kickstart yourself in there. But I had a good day of work, which was good. And then I woke up this morning weighing 206.4. So now to put that in perspective, that's a third day in a row that I'm at 206. Yesterday I was at 206.2, so I'm up 0.2 of a pound. But I weighed myself today at 8 in the morning, where the 2 days prior, I weighed myself, I think, around 10:30, 11. And the difference is you have a little bit more going to the bathroom, and when you're sleeping, you know, your body gets through your breath and all that. You lose water. So I think it's official that I can confidently say that I'm at 206-ish, that the holidays I gained about 2.5, 3 pounds, which, all things considered, with all of the fun debauchery, the late nights of going to bed, I don't know how many times we went to bed at 1:30, 3:30. I know we had a couple of 6:30s in there, and I think there was even one that was a 7 something, and the sun was starting to come up. So that was 10 days of eating and drinking and just all that sort of fun stuff to gain, let's say 3 pounds, 3.5 on the outside. I think that's a fair trade. Now it's, as I mentioned, I'm getting off the beer for the next 2 months. And the one thing I have to stop is this Christmas, there's all this candy. I got Alice a stocking full of old school candy, the stuff that we ate when we were kids that you can't find on store shelves. And then she does similar for myself and Reed, and it's all candy around the house. So candy corn, wig-wag bars, which in the UK are called curly bars, but they're wig-wag bars. And those candy cigarettes and blah, blah, blah. You name it, we got it. Bottle caps. And if you know what those are, then that's aging yourself. Anyway, so those are all lying around. And of course, you take one, and I'm trying to stop that because I'm saying to myself, if I'm gonna hunker down for like 2 months and not drink beer, like, don't waste those 2 months. Like, really hunker down on the amount of calories you're eating as well. And make those 2 months count, because then after those 2 months, I want to be in the low 190s. Then again, I can get back to my 1 day cheat day and start, hey, if I lose a couple pounds a month, then I'm happy with that. Anyway, that's where my head is now. I was also looking at my Aura ring results, and it still says I'm not stable yet on my readiness. I think it's 64 and sleep 62. I got to bed again last night at about 1:30. We're still not adjusted from the trip to the West Coast, although I got up early now. So I think getting up early should help it. On the screen here, I want to show you the readiness. When you see the chart, you see it go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's just showing my heart rate from one day to another. Typically, I was staying in the 40s. You could see over that week period, it was like all over the map. So definitely that's why I'm not in the ready category. And then in this other one, it shows that I'm down, what was it, in the 60s, where you should be up in the 80s or so. And I was up there before, prior to Christmas. So I need to see those two things stabilize. I'm starting to see my heart rate go down now. Last night's sleep, I think it was around 46. Resting was 46, 47. So that's all a good thing. In terms of food, let me go through what I ate yesterday. So my total calories were 2,233. I had no breakfast. Lunch, I had chicken Caesar salad and a turkey sandwich. For dinner, I had some chicken thighs, green beans, and sidekicks, kind of pasta. For snacks, I had Dairy Queen ice cream cake, a thin piece, some M&M peanuts, Planters barbecue peanuts. I had a little snack pack, 60 calories, candy corn, some bottle cap candy, and then sunflower seeds and hot tamales. So my total snacking was 988 calories. And what killed me is sunflower seeds. You know, you don't think they're those little things, you're eating them, you're watching some TV, next thing you know, you've eaten 300 calories. When I was starting to put it into my diary, I'm like, oh man, sunflower seeds. And I thought, oh, it's good because it doesn't have any sugar, it'll keep my blood sugar low. But so you could see I was doing really well until I did the snacking, and that's why I'm sitting there going, dude, don't waste these next 2 months. If you're gonna hunker down, do it right. So that's what I'm gonna do. Today I went for a run. Yesterday I was mentioning I went for a walk, and my calf's been giving me problems, and I did a lot of stretching yesterday, and I've been using the stick, it's called, and you can see, I'll do a little video. It's a roller, you roll out your calves, and I'll tell you, I've had this thing for a long time, and it works, and you can feel it's a poor man's massage. You don't have to go to a massage therapist. You just use this on your legs or whatever body part, and you can feel the knots. And the idea is that you roll it to, you apply pressure, you try to keep your leg above your heart, and you apply pressure on the stroke towards your heart, and then none going back. So you do about 40 of them on each side of the calves. And I decided, because I'm a risk taker and not always the smartest or the sharpest knife in the drawer, I decided, hey man, like let's try a run today. And let's just see how it works. Did my little run around the house. It seemed okay. So I went out and did a run, and I ran 5K. I kept the pace, try not to go too hard, although I had a decent, just over 6 minutes per kilometer. And, I could feel certain things, and, but it didn't, there's times I got scared, but it made it through. And then when I got home, I did a stretching session. And what was really interesting was normally when I've been running lately or doing something like that, one side hurts, the other side doesn't. There was no balance. And today, both sides in my lower part of my legs had the same sort of soreness. I wouldn't say hurt, but soreness. And then in the middle of my back, I also, there's I don't know what that is, but there are a couple of muscles on the side. Those started hurting, and that's a good sign. Whenever you're starting to get back into it, you can get a little bit of that muscle back tension. And the only way you get rid of that is it builds up that muscle, and over time it goes away. So I was pretty happy with how it went, and I'm gonna continue. And I'll tell you what, if I can get back to running and get the leg strength back, and then, the strength where I'm not gonna get injured, I'm gonna be absolutely in my glory. I absolutely love running. And then afterward, later tonight, I did a bike ride. Just again, 40 minutes, get on the bike, kind of loosen the legs up. And part of the reason I did it was biking uses a whole different set of muscles, and I can even feel it now. It helped my calves. Everything that was kind of tight is a little bit looser now. So that's a good thing. And as I mentioned, today was back to work, and it was also in this house. Take down all the Christmas decorations, which Alice did most of, or she did all of the in the house. What I did, a little help, was I think I'd mentioned that we had decorated at the front of the street. There's these bushes, and we tried to be really stealth, and nobody knew who did it. Kind of Santa's little elves. So we put them up late at night. And then tonight, around 9 o'clock, we headed out to take them down. And we were this close to not being spotted. And just as we were leaving, you know, with the spools, the 1,200 lights, there's 1,200 little light bulbs that were on there. Just as we were leaving, a neighbor a couple doors over came walking with their dog, and they spotted us. And now there's no secret. Although they did say thank you, they loved the lights, and they said that we had the nicest lights out of any of the little alcoves, thanks to Alice's artistic flair. I'm just the slack labor. What's awesome now is we have a full fridge. All that shopping we did this weekend, it's so nice to open the fridge doors and at least have some good food that you can pick from, and there's some choices and all that sort of good stuff, which is awesome. So today I did a run and a bike ride. Here's a little video of how it went. Enjoy. Well, that's it for me. Over and out, living pain. See you tomorrow.